Oh, what a mess I have made. This is my jewellery collection video. I have a lot of different magical jewellery. Some of it is magical, obviously, because there's crystals on it. Some of it is because of its symbolism. So I wanted to talk a little bit about my magical jewellery collection. I just wanted to start this off by saying, do not feel like you need to rush out and buy a whole lot of different magical jewellery. I have collected this over years and years and years and years. First, I'll show you what I wear most frequently and use most often, and then I will show you some of my retired pieces, which I still keep because they are sentimental to me, although some of them are a little bit broken. You will notice a lot of dragonfly and butterflies in this jewellery tour, and that is because I am obsessed with dragonflies and butterflies. This is my butterfly ring. I wear this every single day. I got this around about the same time as I discovered Dianic Wicker, so I keep this as an initiatory keepsake because that was the time that I realized that I was very much a Dianic Wiccan and started learning about the tradition and self-initiated myself and things like that. So I keep that as a keepsake and I wear that every single day. This is a dragonfly ring which I got and Christmas last year, is in 2018, not 2019. It's actually from Pandora. It's got cubic zirconians in it, but I really like the symbolism of it. All right, the next one I have, this is actually like a thumb ring, and it is a fidget ring in that it actually spins around like so, which can get quite addictive. It's meant to help with anxiety, but I often feel like spinning it around constantly is probably not doing me any favors. This has a moonstone in it. I got this from Etsy, and in hindsight, if I was to get something else for anxiety, I would probably have gotten a stone like tourmaline or obsidian maybe, rather than moonstone, but you know, it is what it is. I got this originally because I thought it was going to be my keepsake for my online coven. It turned out to be a different item, which I'll show you next. So this is my coven keepsake for my online coven. This I bought from Ishka, and long story short, I got it for free due to their error. I had been wanting this particular ring in my size for about 6 months. I had gone into so many different shops. I eventually ordered it online. When I ordered it online, they then sent me an email to say, sorry, it's out of stock. Here's your refund. Now, I'd gotten really annoyed because they sent this to me a week after I'd placed the order for it. Anyway, before I could send them a annoyed email, I got home and this was sitting on my doorstep. It has like a scratch in it. I don't think it's actually amethyst either. I think it's like colored glass, but it was free. And I took that as a sign that I was meant to have it. So this went through my coven initiation with me, and that's my keepsake. I have 1, 2, 3 more rings. Okay. This I bought from Karma Living. They told me it was violet turquoise, which I've since researched and discovered is not a real crystal. They get other crystals, they kind of grind them up and they glue them all together in resin. And as you can see, some of the color on this die is actually worn off. Look, I do still really like it. I don't actually see this as having a lot of properties other than for color magic, so I don't think of this as a crystal. To me, it feels like plastic. But I use it in color magic. So to me, the color purple is powerful. It still works. Both of these rings are amethyst. As you can see, the coloring is very different. The one up top is from Tree of Life. The one on the bottom I got in a market at Byron Bay. They told me this is South African amethyst, and it's got quite a lot of color in it. This one looks a lot paler in comparison. And this is kind of like a Celtic design. And again, I wore this for many years, but I don't wear it as much anymore. These are amethyst bead chain earrings I got from Tree of Life. These are the earrings every witch needs to have. No, just joking. These are from the Harmony Nice Shop Dixie collection. Look, say what you like about Harmony Nice. She designs good jewellery. So I'd wanted these for a really long time, and eventually I just decided to get them. They're not silver. They don't even feel like metal, but and they weren't cheap, but they're just really pretty, especially with the little pentacle at top. But yeah, I love mushrooms. I love anything to do with purple and fairies and things like that, so I had to have those. Just going to leave these on here. This is how I store them. It works. These earrings I was actually gifted from my auntie when she was a practicing witch. She is no longer a practicing witch. It is what it is. But basically, I have had these since I was maybe 8 or 9 years old. And most recently, I wore these to work one day, got to work, and realized that one of them had fallen off. I had searched all through my work trying to find it, and I was really sad because I've had these for a long, long time. So I kept the one earring, put it away back here, as I always do, left the empty spot. 2 weeks later, I come back to get some different earrings, and the earring is back in the spot. There is no explanation for this. I did not find the earring. My partner did not find the earring. No one else in my house found the earring. It was missing for 2 weeks, and then it was magically returned. So that was, like, I was freaking out because I was like, there is no logical explanation for this. How did this happen? So, yeah, that happened. There's something magical about these, that's for sure. I don't know what this design is called. Somebody told me once and I have forgotten. But I do really like that design, and it's very simple. I've got my angel wings for if I want any kind of healing energy. These are just from Pandora. I don't really use that for anything other than color magic, likewise with the stars. And then the rest of my earrings I keep in this little jar. These are some moonstone earrings that I have. They remind me of trees in the wintertime with the raindrops, or if you're in the northern hemisphere, how it kind of freezes over and looks really glassy. So I really like those. And moonstone is really good for connecting with the moon and intuition and things like that. These more dragonflies. These are power shell or abalone shell. Just depends on where they found the shell, depends on what they call it. And they've got little dragonflies on it. I really like working with shell for the element of water, for intuition, things like that. And I find water is a really calming and protective element. So there's those. I've got these amethyst earrings that have seen better days. I need to kind of redo that, something that has green stuff on it, but I mean, they're still crystals, they still have the energy. So these are my dragonflies with a little amethyst bead on them. So again, working a lot with air energy and the color purple. These are pretty cool. I've never seen these before. These are evil eye earrings, and these are actually purple. So most times when you see evil eye jewelry, it is blue because that is the traditional color, which is associated with its protection. But these are purple, which I just thought was like, I had to have this because it's purple and I love purple, but also because purple to me is a very powerful and protective color. So it's not a crystal, it's just like some kind of glass or resin, but I really like this. Then I've got some costume jewellery, although I did get this from a witchy shop. These are little butterfly earrings with like enamel in them. Yeah. Likewise, I've got more costume jewellery. Although I do have to say, part of the reason I bought this is because the little antenna here remind me of the Aries zodiac symbol, and Aries is my star sign. Is this little leaf skeleton. I really like leaf skeletons. I think they're really cool, and I think they are quite witchy because it kind of is that whole life and death sort of representation. Another butterfly earring. I've forgotten the name of the stone. And then I got these actually at Body Mind Spirit Festival, and I got these because they reminded me of that ring that I have. Again, this actually, they didn't advertise it as violet turquoise, which is good, because often violet turquoise has like an outrageous price tag, even though it's not a real crystal. So these are really nice, although they are actually quite heavy, so I don't wear them as often, but I just really like the colors. This is a pendant which I got from the Witch's Roots, and this was in the Athena box. Now, Athena is my matron, I work a lot with Athena, and this is actually a very classic like Athenian coin. I've got a reproduction of it. I've actually got several. I use them in spell work all the time. So when I saw this, I was freaking out because this is just absolutely perfect. And it's got the triquetra on top as well, which is a symbol that's been special to me for a very long time. So I just felt like it was fate to get this. I do actually sometimes wear this as well when I go to work, and a couple of people have noticed and they've gone, you're into witchcraft and Wicca. And then on the back it's got this little mantra: spirit is close, trust, guidance, and vision. Now, I have a lot of crystal jewellery, but not all of it is what you might expect. So this particular strand of beads, it's got some amethyst on it. It's got some, I think these are like shells, I could be wrong. It's got random little beads, and I wear this quite a lot. It's really lightweight, which is good, and it's got these big chunks of amethyst at the end, which I really like. So yeah, crystal jewellery doesn't have to be expensive or really in your face. It can be kind of more delicate and dainty like this. Like, most people wouldn't see this and think, oh my god, you're a witch. So yeah. Now, similarly, this one was one which I bought in Thailand. This one is actually very heavy because it's like completely crystals. It was actually very cheap. So I think it's got amethyst, clear quartz. I'm not quite sure what that red stone is. It might be garnet, but it might just be a different kind of shade of amethyst. I don't know. I admittedly don't wear this as often as I probably should because it is just so heavy. Like, I'm not big on having big flashy jewellery or anything that's uncomfortable, so I don't wear this as often. Now, this is something that I've had for a very, very, very long time. I actually got this as a small child in a gift shop, and this, again, it's power shell or abalone shell, and it's a bit hard to see, but it's actually got a moon. This is a crescent moon with a face on it and a little star. And sometimes I actually flip it around and just wear it this way because the shell on this side is still very, very beautiful. I don't know what material this is made out of, but it hasn't tarnished, and this is a good 20 or more years old. So these aren't crystals. I mean, they're not crystals like amethyst, they're Swarovski crystals. This was from Pandora. This was a gift from my partner for Christmas. But I really liked this because it's just got really strong fae energy. Like, I just love that little design on the outside. And the little crystals move. So to me, I wear this whenever I want to bring in the energy of the fae. So yeah, witchy jewellery doesn't have to come from witchcraft shops. You can go into shops like Pandora or your average jewellery store or your average gift shop and find things like that. Speaking of gift shops, this is another piece of jewellery which I got from a gift shop. This again is power shell or abalone shell in a dragonfly, which I had to have because it's a dragonfly and it's shells. So it's kind of like combining the elements of air and water. And I also like these kind of look like leaves to me. So to me, it's like combining all of the elements, which I really like. Look, it's not silver. You can see there's green on it, even though I covered it in clear nail polish. But, it doesn't matter. Sometimes costume jewellery, it's no less powerful as long as you treat it with respect and consecrate it and look after it. So, although I do need a new chain for this. The chain is starting to leave my neck green. Something else to mention is that it's actually quite easy to make your own jewellery as well. So this was something that I bought off of Etsy with some crystals. It was ridiculously cheap. It was like $7 or $8. Because really, you look at it, you've got the spiral goddess charm, you've got the triple goddess charm, and then you've just got this little attachment bead. Put the rings together. This is, ribbon, a few little bits of purple thread, and that's it. You've got yourself a magical necklace that you've made yourself. And you can make it whatever colour you like. You can add whatever charms you like. So magical jewellery doesn't have to be expensive. There's some more amethyst beads. I've got a lot of amethyst, if you couldn't already see. I think I'm down to my last couple. Okay, so this is a piece of black kyanite. This is a kyanite blade, and I got this at the Mind Body Spirit Festival. My beautiful coven sister was actually going to buy this but changed her mind at the last moment, so I was like, I will take that then. And to me, this is extremely protective. It's been wire wrapped, so the crystal hasn't been damaged. And this is actually by the Rock Crystal Shop in Sydney. So black carnite's is really protective. It cuts energetic ties. So if I'm feeling particularly overwhelmed or anxious about something, I will wear this. Similar to that as well, I have this piece, which I got in a Muses Mystery Sabbat box. I think it was the Yule Sabbat box. This is a piece of snowflake obsidian. It's got like clay sculpted onto it, and so it actually looks like an acorn, which is really cool. So again, I wear this when I'm wanting protection because obsidian is really good for protecting things. So this is my charoite. This is my very first charoite pendant, which I found. If I haven't already said, charoite is my absolute favorite crystal. I have a lot of it around my space. The reason that I use the color purple is for that powerful and protective element, and charoite is just that and so much more. So charoite is my absolutely favorite crystal. It's got so many uses. Look, I wear this most days. And it's a heart shape, which I also really like. But then I also have it in this kind of pendulum shape. Yeah, which I also wear quite frequently. Both of those I got from crystal shops in Adelaide. I think that one was from Carpe Diem. This one was from the Crystal Wave. I also just wanted to share one more piece of magical jewellery. This was a recent acquisition. So this was actually a gift from the lovely Avalon Cameron. And this is from the Witch's Bounty. And this is a grape agate, also known as Botryoidal chalcedony. It's got a lot of different names. And this one has actually been aura coated, which is why you can see it kind of shines and sparkles. So this is a really, really gorgeous piece, and it's got an amethyst inlay as well. And this is just super duper magical. This is, I've been wearing this for creativity and strength. And it is absolutely my favorite piece of magical jewellery in my collection. So I had to add this on. I almost forgot to show you some of my oldest pieces of jewellery. So this here was the very first piece of magical jewellery I ever acquired. It is a triquetra. It's made out of pewter. As you can see, the ring on it has broken. I've repaired it many, many times. My old school photos have me wearing this as like a child in year 3 or 4. So it's been with me for a very, very long time. So it is retired now because it is broken. I got this when I was 7 years old. And this is my second piece of magical jewellery. I've actually forgotten how old I was when I got it. I might have been 8 or 9. I might have been a little bit older. I can't quite recall. But to me, this is like a initiatory keepsake from when I did my very first dedication when I was extremely, extremely young. I was maybe, I don't know, 8 or 9. It was just a self-dedication. But yeah. This is a crystal pendulum that I used. It was actually my mum's, which I kind of stole. Sorry, Mum. I've basically stolen a lot of my mum's crystals over the years, but now I'm at the age where I can give back a lot of crystals. So every time I go visit her, I'm like, here, Mum, here's this crystal. Go have this crystal, which I bought for you. But yeah, that's special to me. I'm keeping that. This again was something that was my mum's. It's just, I think it's just like a little glass ball which has like some kind of like metal which is reflective on the bottom, but it looks like it changes colors. And so I used to wear this to school and everyone thought I was magic. And it's like a hand. Yeah, so to me that just, it symbolizes that element of magic. This is an ankh pendant that I used to wear when I was a teenager because I was surrounded by a lot of death, and it reminded me to appreciate the essence of life. This is some angel wings. I never really wore these, but they are good to wear if you're after like healing energies. All right, last one. This isn't a old piece. This is actually a very new piece. I got this with my Shop Dixie earrings, the Harmony Nice earrings. So this is like a thorn ring. So it's not the most comfortable thing to wear, but it's really good if you are wanting protective energy. So again, if I am feeling overwhelmed, I will go out and I will wear my black kyanite or my snowflake obsidian, and I will wear this. So it's like a knuckle ring, or you can wear it on your pinky. Yeah, it's cheap. It's not silver. I've covered it in clear nail polish to protect it, but it's good for, yeah, protective energies. So yeah, that was my last little bit. So as you can see, I work a lot with the different elements, so air and water primarily. I work a lot with color magic as well, so the different colors. So yeah, a lot of amethyst, a lot of power shell or abalone shell, a lot of charoite, a lot of purple. That is what I wear for magical jewellery. So, what are your favourite kinds of magical jewellery to wear, and what do you wear magical jewellery for? I would love to know. Thanks for watching. Bye.